What does academic integrity mean to you? And
Well,
how would you promote it within your school?
well, academic integrity really means a lot because if you realize in most cases, once we leave school, it's mostly about what we have gained in the school. So, specifically, it's mostly academics because you can't become what you want to become without academics, be it theology or secular. You need academics. And well, according on my on my side of the new curriculum, we were grouped, like we have our coding groups that we belong to. So we all know our weaknesses in some subjects. So it's better if you actually consult the people that you feel comfortable with rather than being scared in class to raise up your hand to a teacher that you feel like will ignore what you have to say. So it's better you approach someone that's kind enough to you. I'm fine.
Great. Okay. I'd like to ask, at times teachers take their lunch late at times. So you get find some classes when they are making noise. You as the academic prefect, how will you solve that?
Well, in all classes, we have class monitresses. They were made class monitresses for a reason. So, if they are class monitresses, they also have to do their work. So, if a teacher is delaying to come to class, that maybe the class monitress is informed. So, they would first, of course, warn their classmates to keep quiet. And if the noise persists, that's when the class monitress would be forced to write the noisemakers.
Thank you very much.
Oh.
Have this inconvenience every Monday morning. Most of you, if you do notice that, I do come to your classes, request for the number, talk to the class monitors at times. But trust me, I fix my okay. I do at times go for a lesson to do that. I do miss chemistry every time if I have to conduct that, and that hinders my academic. Yeah, and every teacher does actually complain every time I go out. They are tough teachers at times if you do go to their classes and you're like, I need the class monitors. Remember, the last Monday, you're the same person that went there. This Monday, you're the very person who wants the class monitors. Every Monday, it does continue. It's yeah, and it's the same teacher every Monday. So, if you're to go in as the academic prefect, how would you solve that challenge?
Well, in most cases, Sunday is a free day, right? So if you realize that you need the attendance, maybe Mr. Bafun has asked for the attendance the following day, probably you would ask the class monitress the day before of the people that are present. And then she would give you the number of the people so that you don't get inconvenienced while you're attending your studies.
Okay, are you aware that it's only Monday whereby you're given a register to take into every classroom and whereby they need to record the time of the teacher that did come in, the time he left or her, and of which Sunday, most of our parents do come complaining, maybe more, I want to take my child for medication. How sure are you that you recorded her being there in school by that time, and Monday she won't be there at that time?
Well, if it is Monday and that's the day that you are given the register, some teachers should learn how to be considerate. You were appointed an academics prefect for a reason. So if they needed the numbers earlier, they would have given you a register earlier. And of which, when a child is to go home, they are obviously informed before they go home. So maybe if the child is on a probability of going home, maybe you would hold up on adding her to the total number of people. So if that day ends without her going home, maybe then with the class monitress, include her number on the register and give it to you.
Thank you very much.
Oh.
Best of luck.
Hello.
I would like to ask you, what if the school gets a challenge like like storage of water, and all the school administrators are not around? What will you do about it?
Storage of water.
Administrators are not around.
Shortage of water.
Yes,
And all the administrators are not
are not
around.
around.
Well, I doubt it whether all administrators wouldn't be around by that time. But what I know, the director is planning on building a second borehole plus the one we have. So I believe that would be compensating us for now until they bring water for the school. We have had problems like water shortage a lot, by the way, but I believe the school provides when they can and as quick as they can. My goals. My goals, if I pass through, number one, I would like the school to have an incinerator. That's the first thing I would do. Number two, I would want would have at least once every 2 weeks. I go class by class, asking them what's wrong with the school, what they feel like should be changed.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. What do you see that's not right in the school, eh?
As
That
per
make
now, I would say the school not having an incinerator still. I feel like that's the one thing a girls school should have. Maybe increase on the mirrors.
Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi
I
wabarakatuh.
feel like the best way I would handle the school in the absence of the administrators is through my fellow prefects, because I feel like working alone is not as easy as working with everyone. I don't believe in one leader like ruling others. No, I believe we are all leaders and we should all have our parts, and working together would really put the school in
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Mr. Francis. Thank you.
honorable.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Hope you're fine.
Yes, great.
Okay. Let me say you are through. You'll be through. Okay.
Yes.
So you as the head girl by then, most of these members they normally vote people who are calm, silent, good. So, but then in the administrator's side, at times these students force us to bring out the other part that they always call bad. So, will you actually, let me say, they they will force you to do that. I know they will do.
Yes.
So, you as the head girl by then, how will you try to keep that calmness?
Of course, what I know, these students, most of the times, they know how to undermine the prefects. But if I tell you to do anything and you refuse, for sure, either I report you because you are supposed to do it.
Assalamu wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Mariam,
Yes.
Honorable Mariam,
Yes.
what leadership qualities do you possess?
Audibility, confidence, and many others.
Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Most of the students here, when they see someone so cool, so calm, they normally take her to be down on earth. So how are you going to manage that?
I'll be strict where necessary.
Thank you very much. Assure students are complaining that they stop giving to them. If they stop giving them, what you do to make sure students get it in time?
Pardon, I've not understand your question.
Bring the question. The question is: assume students are complaining that they stopped giving them tea before it clocks 7:30 a.m. and they end up staying empty stomachs up to 10 past 10 a.m. What would you do to make sure students get tea in time?
What I will do is to tell them the reason why that he has started to delay.
Thank you so much. Another question. Let them be three questions. Everybody can informate them give three per person.
And tell them the reason why.
They're not briefed about that.
If the reason is
Tell them. I don't know what to do with those only three.
The moment they ask you something and you keep quiet, trust me, I'm going to thank you, I let you go.
Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
How are you?
I'm alright.
Okay. Let me ask you, among all the posts, why did you choose to contest for that particular post you found?
Pardon?
The question is like this, among the posts that are available, why did you particularly come for the welfare post?
First of all, when students are on the line, they delay to get food, and the time for getting lunch can be not enough. Then the time for lessons can start, like for the theology lessons, when students
Silence, please.
when students are still on the line, that can lead to wastage of time, and students can miss the classes. That's and even I want to maintain order on the line while students are getting the meal.
So the approach is wrong for your answer actually. Because the question was why did you? And then you're giving a lot of things that are unnecessary.
You're in senior one. Let's say you passed through, and you're the welfare prefect. And on the line there are senior fours. You're in senior one. They're undermining you. What will you do?
If the students, I can try to talk to them. If they go on undermining me, I go to the head of the welfare.
You come close, yeah? After the compound, you're coming in next. Let me have Trebaze Husna Senior 3 first. All of this.
Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Walaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
How are you, Honorable?
I'm fine.
I'll ask you a very simple question. Right now, our school is going under construction, and the compound should be kept clean. We are having power building here, we are having stones over the compound, so how are you going to make it clean in time? Yet we always not have rooms, power working always disturbing. How are you going to manage it?
So I would wake up early and then prepare all like the materials used for cleaning so that they are ready in order for when children are after done praying subuhi, they come and the brooms are there in time and they get them immediately and clean in time.
Okay, thank you. Well, I'd like since you're contesting for the post of the compound prefect, right? Um, at what time do they start cleaning? Anybody else?
After subuhi.
Good evening, Madam.
Good
Honorable.
evening. Good evening.
Honorable, we face many challenges during the cleaning of the school. When the most population is away, what do you do to the few? And how do you catch up with the time in order to attend to classes?
I beg your pardon.
Honorable, I'm asking, what if the most population is away from the school compound and you're left with the few? What do you do to the few and how do you make sure, in fact, how do you cope up with the time in order to attend your classes?
So we get the few and we cooperate together and then we clean the biggest parts of the school so that we remain with little, and if we get any free time we are able to clean those little spaces that are left.
Thank you, Husna, for being so confident.
Rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Walaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Honorable Zakia, I would like to ask you this question. How will you manage leadership with studies since you're in A level?
Well, leadership. Where's the confidence? Well, I will manage leadership with my studies cause number one, we shall clean like the compound during the morning hours. Then after I go to class, I read my books. Then after me reading my books, if still in the evening, like the school is still dirty, and then we can still
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Walaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
How would you handle a conflict among students?
Well, if I was a leader and then let's say like I get like two people fighting, or yes, when I get two people fighting, number one, I will not first take the what like the crime straight to the DOSI's office or any administration. No, I will first take it to the cabinet, like with the leaders. Yes.
Warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
What aspired you to go on that post?
My love for nature did aspire me.
Let me help your mind. Okay, so I'm having this simple question.
Yeah.
So, who is the outgoing prefect for the post you're contesting on?
The head,
Yeah.
Salmonoiro.
alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Walaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakat.
What is a school prefect?
A school prefect is a leader who a school prefect is a leader. A school prefect A school prefect is a leader who leads her or his fellows.
What are your goals?
My goals are to make the school more beautiful and neat.
Thank you.
Good evening.
Good evening to you.
Honorable Shaiba Mwasa, which Premier League club was emerged the champion of this last season? Liverpool. Okay, Shaima Mwasa. Since last year, I and Honorable Kabeja have been struggling for the sports what? We've been fighting for sports to be improved here at Sumayya Girls. We brought it to you today. How are you going to continue it with something that is unique? Thank you.
First phase, nationalism.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
As you know, at school we are always having challenges like the toilets are always dirty and we are always having shortage of water. And so how are we going to be able to solve the challenge?
First of all, about the dirty toilets, I would speak to my fellow prefects, for example, the compound prefects. Then we would get some people to clean up the toilets. Like, okay, it will be something voluntary, not that we will actually just go and pick out anyone. The administration should be alerted about it. So, first of all, what I would do would first have to talk to my fellow prefects again. I would speak to the head girl, then it would be like, let's at least go and talk to Mr. Bafna or any administrator that water isn't around in school.
Alright. So alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
For those who don't know me, my name is Nalwaza Rahima, the outgoing assistant health prefect. Alright, the question goes, who is the current Prime Minister of Health in Uganda?
Honorable Dr. Ruth Acheng.
Alright.
I'm fine.
My question is about we girls. This is a single 60 school.
Yes, please.
In case, maybe silence. In case I'm in for a lesson class, and I get some problems. We don't have pads in a sick bed. What will I do in case the network fails to give me the key? Then we should get the card.
Then,
Remember silent.
so you've stated that we're in a single girls' school and you're in class. Then, my concern here is that you're not the only one who is in your periods in your class. There are other guys who are in periods. So we can be like, guys, do you have any cards?
Welcome.
What made you feel capable for that post?
Because I want to improve. Okay, it's like these learners, they don't take boiled water. And I myself, I will improve to put their boiled water for them to drink. Because if they drink unboiled water, it will make their medicine to contaminates.
So, if you are given an opportunity to become the health prefect of 2025 to 2026, what are your aims?
My aims are okay. I want to make sure that every learner drink boiled water because it's very, very bad for our health. If we drink unboiled water, my dear.
Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Alaikum salam wa barakatuh.
My question is, there is a time whereby as students who are not sick, we're in the sick bed at Maghrib time, and those ones who are severely sick, they are seated on the cement, and those ones who are not sick are seated near the chair, which is to the what? To the nurse. If you enter and you find the real sick one down, what will you do to those ones seated on the chair?
Okay, I will put who are seated on the table to move away so that the patient sits. Cause some people, if you sweet talk to them, they will listen. But if you come as in as in you are like a thunder, they won't listen to you, my dear.
Thank you very much.
So, Honorable Malcolm, the government has been telling people about, since this year has started, the government have been telling people about the diseases that are coming to Uganda, outline only three of those diseases.
First of all, we we have COVID-19, monkeypox, and Ebola.
So, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
So, Honorable, let's say it's midnight, the nurse is not around, the HM, all of the staff members are not around, and someone in the dormitory is sick, and she's really sick. What would you do?
I know where they here at school. The nurse sleeps around the school. We can coordinate with her.
Uh, in case you are elected as the health prefect here, the record I know about you, you always fall sick.
Yes.
Yes. Now, how are you going to manage your health and the students' health?
And why I applied for the health prefect.
Sorry?
And why I applied for the health prefect.
Yet you can't, you are always home.
And why I applied for the health prefect, because I'm already sick. They don't have my medicine, and if I become the prefect, I think they'll get my medicine.
Two. Now we are remaining with only 2 periods bi'idhnillah. On Monday, inshallah ta'ala, we shall have our open campaigns. On Monday, we shall have our open campaigns, and we think that each of the prefects who are contesting, when they are doing their unofficial campaigns, when I say unofficial, I mean during the class hours, dormitories here in the mosque, you have to be very careful. Because as you campaign, if you antagonize any school program, you may be disqualified. So please be careful and stay warned. So on Thursday, lastly, is when we shall have our elections. Thursday after lunch, inshallah ta'ala. So we wish you the best. سبحانك اللهم بحمدك أشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت أستغفرك وأتوب إليك